Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eddie and I just got done watching WWE Elimination Chamber 2022. How was it? Let's go over it right now. Welcome back, guys. Alright, so today we're going to break down WWE Elimination Chamber 2022. Quick thoughts before we get onto this whole thing. It was a fun premium live event. Fuck that, I'm still calling it a pay-per-view. It was a fun show. There was a bunch of fun, predictable, super fucking predictable matches. Before we get to the breakdown of the matches, can you guys do me a favor? Can you guys subscribe to the channel? We're so close to 100,000 subscribers. I'm really aiming to getting that 100,000 subscriber plaque, so yeah, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You know, all the good stuff. Give me a like, comment your favorite match of the night, comment whatever you guys want. All right, that being said, shit, there was a pre-show match. I normally don't watch the fucking pre-shows because pre-shows are mostly a bunch of talking, and it's also a bunch of fucking recaps of shit that we already know is gonna go down. Every once in a while there's a match, but it's always announced. This match wasn't announced. We thought it was going to be on the main show, but yeah, that match was Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. I woke up at 8:30. When I woke up, I still had shit to do. I ordered my DoorDash breakfast, and when I turned on the fucking Peacock, the match was already underway. I only got to where Miz grabbed the chair. He faked the whole chair shot thing. He did the whole Eddie Guerrero cheating trick where the ref thought the Dom had hit The Miz with the chair. So the ref boots Dom out of the ring. Miz tries to go for the skull crushing finale on Rey while Rey was distracted with his kid being kicked out. Rey counters with the roll up and he gets the win. After the win, Miz tries to attack Rey, and then Dom goes after Miz. He gets back into the ring. He starts punching Miz. I don't remember how this one happened. I don't know how it was set up, but then Dom and Rey hit the double 619 on the Miz, and then both dudes go up on the top rope. They hit the frog splash, and yeah, that's your pre-show. Well, what I caught from the pre-show. And now we start Elimination Chamber with what I thought was going to be the main event, but it turned out to be Roman Reigns versus Goldberg for the WWE Universal Championship. My initial thoughts on this one was they didn't do the whole Goldberg walking through the backstage onto the stage thing, which was weird at the time, but then after what we saw with the Usos versus Viking Raiders, I understand why they didn't do it. But yeah, so that didn't happen. Roman Reigns comes out first to a massive pop. This dude is super over right now with the Saudis. He's super over right now with pretty much everybody. But yeah, even with my headphones on, I wasn't able to hear the announcers as much from the massive cheers that these Saudi people were giving Roman. Then Goldberg comes out also to a massive pop, but Roman Reigns' pop was a little bit more bigger. So yeah, both men are in the ring. They're doing the whole stare down thing. They're also taking in the fact that they're in Saudi, and it's all, yeah, they're kayfabing the shit out of this. Anywho, all right, so let's break down this one. Before we break this match down, I just want to say that I totally fucking missed Pat McAfee in this show. It would have been fun to have him mark out over Roman and mark out over the spots during the Elimination Chamber, because yeah, there was a moment in that main event where we really could have used the poop my pants reference. All right. So this match was a pretty quick one. It's I don't know the time limit on this one, but it was really quick. So we start off with a lockup, followed by Goldberg starts to back up Roman against the corner, but then Roman starts to stalk Goldberg. Roman sends Goldberg outside of the ring, and then he slams Goldberg onto the Arabic table. Roman goes for an Irish whip, but Goldberg reverses and slams Roman onto the wall. Goldberg throws Roman back into the ring. Roman starts talking the shit out of Goldberg. He continues to stalk Goldberg against the ring. Roman bounces off the rope, but then Goldberg counters with a spear. Goes for a jackhammer. Roman counters it with the Uranagi. Goes for the pin, but Goldberg kicks out. This match had already gone way too long at this point. It's a Goldberg match. They don't really go that long. Reigns hits the Superman punch. Roman goes for the spear. Goldberg counters it with the second spear. Goes for the jackhammer. Roman counters that into a guillotine. And then Goldberg tries driving Roman Reigns to the corner. Roman's not letting go. The hold is still on. Here you can totally see Goldberg bleeding off the top of the head. I don't know how the hell that happens, but that's a thing you can expect from a Goldberg match is blood. He continues to hold, and after a few seconds later, fucking Roman kills Goldberg with the submission. So yeah, that's your opening match. It wasn't a bang like I said on my prediction videos, but it's something. And after that opening squash match, we move on to the women's elimination chamber, where the winner of this match receives a championship match against Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. There were there were two weird entrances during this show. I wrote down the entrances in the order, so we're going to go through them right now. We had Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Rhea Ripley, Nikki ASH. Then, for some weird reason, Nikki ASH, Liv Morgan, and then Alexa comes in. And I thought Alexa and Liv were going to start this match because normally the last person to enter this chamber is the person that starts off the match, but for some weird reason, Liv Morgan and Nikki came out before Alexa and they started off the match, but that was weird. Yeah, and then Alexa had also a little weird demonic looking swing in her pod, so they're still doing this whole demonic Alexa thing, but it was cool. It was cool to see Alexa Bliss back. So the match starts up with a lockup. Liv hits the head scissors on Nikki, and then they both head outside to the outside of the chamber, and then they both try to head ram each other against the chain wall. Nikki slams Liv Morgan onto the floor. Nikki taunts Rhea and Alexa on their pods. Liv slams Nikki to Alexa's pod. She just grabbed her and just slams her. She didn't go through like we saw later on tonight. Nikki goes for the pinfall, but only gets a 2 count, and then she starts slamming Liv's face on the floor. I wish it was still steel, because that makes it more destructive and more effective if you bounce somebody's head off the steel floor. But no, it's padded. After that, we get the countdown, and then Doudrop enters the match. Nikki tries to team up with Doudrop so they can attack Liv, but then Doudrop says nope. And she starts headbutting the shit out of Nikki. Doudrop, I'm going to call her Double D. Double D drives Nikki onto the chain wall, and then she bounces off the rope and just throws her body against Nikki while she was leaning against the chain wall. Oh, and then after that, she runs and just does that back body slam drop of hers onto Liv on the floor outside. That shit looked like it hurts. That shit will take the wind out of you like a motherfucker. She's a big girl. She delivers a senton. Oh yeah, it was a senton bomb on top of Liv. Double D drives Liv's face against the wall, and she starts doing the whole ramming her face against the wall thing. Doudrop goes after Nikki, but Nikki moves out of the way, and she crashes into the corner of a pod and the ring post. And after that, Rhea Ripley enters the match. Nikki tries to escape the chamber, which doesn't fucking work out at all. And then Doudrop sneaks from behind Rhea. Rhea counters and kicks the shit out of Doudrop. Nikki tries to climb up the chain wall, and then Rhea goes after her. And then she just grabs Nikki's head and just smashes it against the wall, and then she just falls. She falls down onto Doudrop. That was pretty cool. It wasn't extreme as the main event. After that, Rhea hits the Riptide on Nikki, and she gets the first elimination. Nikki is the first elimination of the match. And then Alexa Bliss enters the chamber. She goes for Rhea Ripley, but she hits Liv instead. So she tries to attack Rhea, but she went under Rhea, but then just socked the shit out of Liv. Liv then drives Alexa's face onto the turnbuckle. Liv goes up to the top rope. Doudrop pushes Liv against the pod. Yeah, that looked like it sucked. Doudrop pushes Liv against the pod, and Doudrop goes to the second rope, starts punching out Rhea, and Liv hits the sunset powerbomb and eliminates Doudrop. That was cool. That was a cool little moment for her. Good for her. And then Bianca Belair enters the match. She drop kicks the shit out of Liv Morgan. Alexa and Belair go at it with the punches. Liv heads up to the top rope, but Belair grabs onto Liv, and she did this. Oh, this was an awesome moment too. So she basically grabs Liv from the top of the rope, and they're outside of the ring area, so they're on the padded steel. She's grabbing onto her, and then she just lifts her with one fucking arm, and then just throws her back into the ring. That was, goddamn, that was cool. And then after that, Alexa goes for Belair, but Belair counters. Belair and Rhea team up for a little bit to go after Liv and Alexa. They both hit a double suplex. And then Rhea slaps the shit out of Bianca. Bianca slaps Rhea, and then the punches start flying. Bianca goes for the KOD, but Rhea counters. Then Liv jumps off the top rope, hits double knees onto both of these two chicks. Alexa sneaks up from behind. Alexa jumps off the top rope and eliminates Liv. I don't remember how she eliminated Liv, but that happened. Rhea goes for the riptide, but Bianca goes for a clothesline, hits her finisher, and eliminates Rhea. Now we're down to Alexa and Bianca. Alexa hits a slam for a 2 count. Alexa heads to the top rope. Bianca rolls out to the ring. Alexa attempts a dive, but is caught by Belair. Belair starts slamming Alexa onto the wall. Bianca goes up to the top rope. She dives. Alexa moves out of the way. She goes for the DDT. Bianca blocks. Bliss with a kick to the gut. Goes for another DDT, but counters. Alexa rolls up Bianca for a 2 count. Alexa starts slapping the shit out of Bianca. Bianca hits the KOD for the win, and we're getting Bianca versus Becky at WrestleMania. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm happy because Bianca is going to have her moment at WrestleMania, and I'm happy because I got this prediction right. After that, we had Ronda Rousey teaming up with Naomi to go against Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Before we get on with this match, just wanted to say that Sonya and Rhea looked amazing in their leather bodysuits. You know, I know the whole Saudi thing, they're not allowed to show a lot of skin, but their bodysuits look like they came out of a fucking Hellraiser movie, so that's cool. And also a fucking stipulation that was added last night, well, the weekend when it was taped, but that fucking weird stipulation where Ronda's hand was tied behind her back doesn't make any sense, but okay. And the reason why I say it is, well, yeah, fuck, I guess it makes sense. So the ref starts to tie Ronda's arm behind her back, and then Sonya removes her armband thing to reveal that she wasn't injured this whole time. And that's a basic heel move, the whole like trick you thing. So we start the match off with Ronda and Sonya. Like I said, she removes the armband. Charlotte tries to distract Ronda, but then Sonya attacks following that distraction. Sonya locks up Ronda's head. But Ronda counters it, and then she goes with the kick to the head. Boom. Sonya attacks in Charlotte, but then Sonya attacks back in quick. I told you guys that we're going to tease it. Naomi tags in. Sonya and Naomi go at it. They both hit the corner. Sonya drives Naomi's head onto the turnbuckle. Goes for a cover, but gets the 2 count. Sonya starts delivering knees to Naomi's gut. Naomi off the top rope slides under Sonya, and then Ronda tags in. Ronda goes for the armbar, but Charlotte attacks Ronda from behind. Then she rams Ronda against the corners. Sonya attacks in Ronda, and then Charlotte drives Ronda against the corner, and she just starts doing the whole woo chops, but Ronda isn't selling it because she's wearing a fucking gi, so it ain't gonna do that much damage. Charlotte drives Ronda to the mat, starts targeting Ronda's tight arm. She gets back to the corner. Sonya tags in. She punches the shit out of Rousey. Charlotte gets a cheap shot, and Charlotte tags back in. Hits Ronda with the boot to the face. Charlotte goes for a cheap shot on Naomi, punches her out of the ring. Ronda tries to fight off Charlotte. Goes for a tag, but Charlotte stops her, and then Charlotte takes down Ronda. Ronda gets the tag. Naomi head scissors Charlotte. Naomi hits a corkscrew off the top rope onto Charlotte outside of the ring. Naomi hits the crossbody for a 2 count. Oof. Charlotte elbows Naomi. Charlotte power bombs Naomi for a 2 count. Locks in the figure 4. Ronda breaks the lock. Sonya tags in. She goes for the cover, but Naomi kicks out a 2. Naomi tags in Ronda. Knees to the midsection. Hits the Piper's Pit on Sonya. Charlotte attempts to get in the ring, but thinks twice about it. She fucking sacrifices Sonya, and Ronda locks in the armbar for the submission win. That's your fucking tag team match right there. Up next, we had Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Had I known this was a Falls Count Anywhere match, I would have had a little bit more fun with my gameplay, but whatever. We're here. Bell rings, match starts. Baron ambushes Drew. Baron and Madcap. I'm just going to call this fucker Double M. Baron and Double M start beating the shit out of Drew. Double M throws Drew against the rope. Drew counters. Sends Double M outside of the ring, starts chopping the shit out of Double M and drives him onto the barricade, then headbutts the shit out of Madcap. Baron hits Drew from behind. Baron runs towards the backstage area. Drew starts chasing him. Double M tries to sneak from behind, but then is countered by Drew. Drew grabs Double M and throws him against the fucking LED wall. Drew tries to throw Madcap off the stage, but Baron comes back and stops that. Madcap goes for the pin, but Drew kicks out. Madcap throws a throwaway slam for a 2 count. Madcap bounces on Drew's face off of the steps, throws him back into the ring, goes on the top rope. Off the top rope, Drew counters with the throw. Drew throws Madcap across the fucking ring. That was pretty cool. Drew throws Madcap across the ring. Madcap stands up against the corner. Drew sets him up for an Alabama slam. Does the Alabama slam, and fucking Madcap lands on the top of his fucking head. After that gnarly spot, Baron pulls Madcap out of the ring. Drew goes after Baron. Double M goes for a sneak attack behind Drew. Drew counters with the belly to belly on the outside of the ring. Then he grabs Madcap also with the belly to belly onto the announcer's table. No tables broke during this show. Drew goes for the fucking Claymore, but then Baron hits him in the back with a steel chair. And then they both grab Drew and just start running through ringside and just throw Drew across through the barricade. Drew rolls back into the ring. Madcap goes to the top rope, but Drew was able to catch up and punch Madcap. Both men are on the top rope. Drew hits a superplex for a 2 count. Both men get up. They do the whole boo and cheer punches. Drew hits a future shock DDT. Drew starts walking to the corner. Baron tries to sneak from behind, but then Drew grabs his fucking sword and just swings it at fucking Baron, just like nearly missing a decapitation. Drew really needs to fucking use that sword somehow. Chop a limb, do something. I want to see blood. Drew with the sword in hand does the Claymore to Madcap for the win. That was a cool little visual of him holding onto the sword and just foot to the face. And yeah, like I said, 1, 2, 3, and Drew gets the win. They also mentioned that we're 6 weeks away from WrestleMania, so yeah, we're totally getting Baron versus Drew at Mania, which is a crime for, yeah. After that, we move on to the Raw Women's Championship match between Lita and champion Becky Lynch. There was so much love for both of these women, especially for Becky. There were so many Becky signs out there. All right, the match starts. They both lock up. Becky goes for the disarm her. Lita counters. She hits with the shoulder tackle. They lock up again. Becky sucks the shit out of Lita. Becky goes for a kick. Lita counters. Lita slaps Becky. Becky goes for a punch, but Lita counters. Becky goes for an Irish whip, but Lita counters again. Lita goes for a twist of fate, but Becky counters and sends Lita to the corner. Becky charges at Lita. Lita launches Becky over the top rope. Becky stalks Lita. Becky attacks Lita on the mat, drives Lita's throat against the second rope, and just starts doing the whole choking her out on the second rope thing. Becky goes for a crossbody on the corner. Kicks Lita to the floor. Becky hits a leg drop off the second rope, but Lita kicks out. Becky goes for a chokehold on Lita, but Lita counters with the head to the chin. That fucking chin move thing. Lita goes after Becky to the corner. Becky counters with an elbow. She gets up to the top rope and she drives both of her knees onto the back of Lita's neck. Becky gets a 2 count, and then she hits 2 Bexploders. Goes for a third, but Lita counters with a DDT. Lita and Becky go for the boo and cheer punches again. Lita clothesline Becky. Lita hits a crossbody off the top rope for a 2 count. Goes for a twist of fate. Becky counters into a disarm her. Lita counters with the roll up. Becky goes for a pinfall. She holds onto the rope, but the ref catches it. Lita with the chokehold on Becky. Becky goes to the ropes, and then she goes for a kick on the corner. Lita counters and slams Becky. Lita goes up to the top rope. Becky rolls to the outside. Lita bounces Becky's head off the announce table. Becky climbs to the top rope. She does that whole Trish Stratus thing where she throws you off the top rope with the legs. I don't know the name of the move. And then Lita goes for a twist of fate. Something happened here that I didn't see. Lita heads to the top rope. Becky gets to her, locks in to disarm her, hits the manhandle slam. Lita gets her foot on the bottom rope. Becky goes to the top rope, goes for a moonsault but misses. Lita hits a twist of fate. The crowd goes batshit crazy. Lita hits the Lita salt. Becky kicks out at 2, and then Lita starts picking up Becky, and Becky counters into a manhandle slam. And yeah, it gets the pinfall. So yeah, that was a fun match. Lita at her age was very impressive. And yeah, so we're getting Becky versus Bianca at WrestleMania. Awesome. Next up, we had the Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. You guys remember at the beginning of this video when I said that they should cut down the fucking video packages? This is the reason why. So the Viking Raiders make their way to the ring out first. The Usos attack the Raiders from behind on the ramp, super kicking the shit out of these two. The Usos double suplex Ivar onto Eric outside of the ring. And then the Usos music hits and we don't get a fucking match. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Well, I'm gonna take this as the Usos winning because they didn't lose their championship, so I got this prediction right. Alright, fuck. And now we move on to the main event of the night with the men's Elimination Chamber match. Entrants go as followed: Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Riddle, Austin Theory. Fucking Austin Theory. God damn it. I love this dude now. He starts taking selfies with everybody, with Lashley, Riddle, and AJ. But fuck, this guy was the MVP of the fucking show. We'll get there later. And then Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar, which Brock came out last, but Theory and Rollins started the match off. Again, that was weird entrance decisions. Rollins and Theory start the match. Theory goes for a lockup, but Rollins throws him against the ropes. Theory goes for an attack, but Rollins counters with the swing blade. Goes after Theory on the corner, but Austin counters, slams Rollins to the mat. Theory bounces off the top rope onto Seth, only gets a 1 count. Rollins goes for a super kick, kicks Austin Theory in the gut and then to the face, throws Austin to the outside, and then he throws him against the wall. He locks his arm between the chains. That shit looked like it hurt. And then he drives elbows to the face. And then he fucking buckle bombs Austin through Lashley's pod. Totally knocks out fucking Lashley. Lashley's laid on the floor, and then he's escorted out of the fucking chamber match. He got, I don't remember, a concussion. I don't remember what the fuck Michael Cole said. Lashley's pretty much gone from this match, and they mentioned that we're guaranteed a new WWE champion. Cool. We all knew this shit was gonna happen. Riddle enters the match, overhead kicks Rollins, elbows to the corner. He slams Rollins to the mat. He does a running senton onto Rollins and then onto Austin Theory. Riddle picks up Rollins. He drives him to the corner. Riddle goes to the top, but Rollins stops Riddle. Riddle goes up to the top rope. Rollins heads to the top. Riddle counters. Riddle heads to the top rope again. Rollins catches up. Both men are on the top rope. And then Rollins does the reverse suplex where he does a suplex off the top rope, but your opponent lands on his gut, which fucking knocks the wind out of you. Rollins hits a splash on Riddle for a 2 count. Styles enters the match next. Goes after Riddle in the corner, hits Seth Rollins with the knee to the back of the head. AJ with a torture rag and slams Rollins for a 2 count. AJ and Austin go at it outside the ring. He drives him against the chain wall. Riddle and Styles go at it inside the ring. AJ gets the upper hand. He lifts Riddle on the top rope, but Rollins catches up. And then he switches AJ for a suplex. And then all 3 of the dudes are up on the top rope. Austin Theory catches up to AJ and Rollins and slams them off of the top rope. Riddle hits a floating bro on Austin Theory for a 2 count. And then Riddle does the whole Randy DDT on AJ and Rollins. He teases an RKO. And then we thought Brock Lesnar was going to enter. But no, for some weird reason, the fucking lights chose Lashley's empty pod. But that didn't stop Lesnar. Lesnar bursts out of his fucking pod. Starts murdering everybody. He eliminates Rollins. And after that, he eliminates Riddle. AJ tries to attack him, but he is quickly slammed to the floor. And then he suplexes AJ, picks AJ up for an F5, and then he eliminates AJ. And then he throws AJ out of the chamber. And now we're down to 2, Austin and Brock. Holy shit, I was nervous here because I saw Meltzer's report about a twist and turn thing going on. And I was like, there's no fucking way they're going to put this strap on Theory. But nope. Also, this is where I missed Pat McAfee so much because we would have totally gotten a pooped his pants reference here. So the last 2 men in the chamber is Austin Theory and Brock Lesnar. Theory tries to escape, tries begging the refs to open the door. He starts running around the side of the ring, but Lesnar is just straight stalking him like a predator. He starts running, he starts begging, he tries to hide in a pod, but then Lesnar breaks through like a fucking beast. He did what I wanted him to do to Theory in my predictions. He suplexes him outside of the chamber, but then Austin low blows him to the balls on the outside. Lesnar rolls back to the ring. Theory drops kick Lesnar, hits the DDT, gets a 2 count, and Brock is looking pissed. His face is looking like a fucking medium rare steak. He's all pink as shit. And then I wrote here in big ass font, Theory just pooped his pants. And then Theory tries to climb up the chamber. He tries to escape through. There was like a little opening that he tried to go through. Lesnar catches up, and these 2 fuckers are on top of a fucking pod. Lesnar starts slamming Theory's head multiple times against the fucking chain wall. Fucking Lesnar F5 Theory right from the top of the fucking pod to the fucking floor below. And then he pulls him into the fucking middle of the ring, pins him for the 1, 2, 3. We are getting Roman versus Brock at WrestleMania. Holy fucking shit, this is going to be dope. And that was your WWE Elimination Chamber 2022 breakdown. I hope the WWE doesn't do any of more of these Saudi shows anytime soon, because fucking waking up hella early is a pain in the ass. And I want to go back to sleep right now. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you're new to this, if you just stumbled upon this video just out of random and you stuck through the ending, do me a favor, give me a sub, or do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. We're so close to getting 100,000 subscribers. I want that 100,000 subscriber plaque so I can put it somewhere up there, somewhere. Yeah, like this video, comment your favorite match of the night, comment your predictions for WrestleMania, because I'm going to do a WrestleMania prediction video, and also I'm going to try to do gameplays for every single one of those matches that are announced. Thanks guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.